let's get started. First, I want to recognize our Spotlight students. Well, one of them is Raghav. He's the weekly Spotlight student for level E. Unfortunately, we don't have any Spotlight student for level M because all of you had incorrect answers for the third problem, which is a bit surprise to me. You know, I will talk about it, then you will see how easy the problem is. Okay. And then I also want to recognize our monthly Spotlight students. Okay, so this time we have Leo and Chauncey for level M. Both of them are elementary school students, and both of them, well, they are the top scorers for level M. Roger, you got a correct answer, so I will have you talk about that, okay?
Wait, what? Oh.
For the third problem in level M. So
I thought you said no one got it right. I thought you said no one got it right.
Yeah, but you didn't put.
I didn't?
Yeah, well, Bella said she got 39 as well, but that's not in the answer sheet somehow. Well, I can double check the answer sheet. Oh, Ryan got 39 as well. Well, that's weird. So somehow, yeah. Anyway, so we'll talk about it. If there's anything wrong, I will fix the scores. Okay. But for now, we have Chauncey and Leo as level M Spotlight students, and Raghav and Leo for level E Spotlight students. Oh, I see many of you got 39. So somehow maybe there's something wrong with my grading. I'll go back and check. Okay. All right. So I think that both Raghav and Leo have introduced themselves multiple times. And Chauncey, this is the first time Chauncey was recognized as a Spotlight student. So is Chauncey here?
Yes.
Oh, Chauncey, so can you introduce yourself and talk about your favorite thing about math? Because this is your first time being recognized and as a Spotlight student, okay?
So my name is Chauncey Gao. I'm from Valentine Elementary. I'm in 4th grade. And the subject that I like in math the most is algebra.
Oh, okay, you like algebra, very good.
Yeah.
4th grader likes algebra, that's good. So it means you have learned a lot, okay? So you finish pre-algebra and then you move on to algebra, huh? Cool. So I will move on to the problems. Okay. So there were 3 students who were perfect scorers for level E. There were 3 of them. Let me tell the names of these 3 students. So these 3 students are Raghav, William Zhao, and the other one is David Tian. Is William and David here?
Yeah, I'm here.
So that's William?
Yes.
How about David? Okay, I guess David is not here. All right, so I'll have Raghav and William select the ones they like. So Raghav, which one do you want to talk about?
I'll do the third one.
Okay, Raghav, you will do the third one. That's the tough one. It's probably the most difficult one. Huh? And William, which one do you want?
Are okay, but I'll just talk about the 4th one.
You talk about the last one, okay? And then let me move on. So we'll talk about the first one first. So the first problem. So several of you send me questions about this problem. You know, you were wondering if this problem was made correctly, and in fact it is. Okay. This problem said there is a prime number p, and it's a sum of 2 prime numbers. And then it said p is also a difference of 2 prime numbers. And then what is p? Okay, so in other words, there is a p is the sum of 2 prime numbers. Let's just say it's the sum of x and y. Okay, let's say x and y are primes. And then p is also a difference. Let's say u and v, the difference between u and v. So it's asking what is p. So who want to talk about this one?
Me.
Oh, Leo, okay, go ahead, since you are the monthly Spotlight. No.
So if both of them if x and y are both, if x and y are both odd,
Mhm,
like most prime numbers,
mhm,
then p would have to be even, and p would have to be true.
mhm. So if x and y are both odd, then odd plus odd is even. So p have to be even. And then since p is a prime, the only even prime is 2. So that won't work. So this is a contradiction, right?
Because like if p was true, then there are no true prime numbers that add up to 2.
Correct, right? So
that would mean that p would have to equal true plus something and
Okay.
something minus 2.
So that means p equals 2 plus something. Let's say 2 plus y, okay? And then the same applies to, well, what do you mean something minus 2?
Like, because like,
So you only analyze the first expression. So now let's move on to the second one, okay?
if u and v odd numbers,
Okay, if both u and v are odd,
then that would mean that p again would have to be 2.
have to be 2, okay? P has to be 2, all right? But if p is 2, it cannot be expressed as as the sum of 2 odd numbers, of 2 primes. Then p is not 2, right? So that means u and v must not be both odd. So p equals one of them must be even. So v must be even, must be the smaller one, because v is a prime number. So p is also equal to u minus 2. Okay.
So that would mean that, like, so I just tried if p was 5, because if p was 3,
Mhm.
then it would be 1 plus 2, and
So
1 isn't.
Leo started trying. So if p is 3, then y will be 1. This won't work.
So all I did was try 5,
And then he tried p is 5, then y will be 3, and p is 5, then u will be 7.
Yeah.
Right? So that worked. So both y and u, they are primes, and that works. So this is a try and error. So first some finding counter examples and to get rid of a few possibilities. So Leo said p cannot be 2, and p will be 2 plus another prime and another prime minus 2. Then he did a try and error, so he find 5. So is there either way to do this? Is there an easier way to do this? To quickly find out what is p?
Well, what you have to do is find odd numbers that are all prime.
3 consecutive odd numbers that are prime. Okay, that's a good point. 3 consecutive odd numbers that are prime. Okay, then yeah, what else? So then you find 3, 5, 7. But how do you know this is the only set of 3 consecutive primes? 3 consecutive odd numbers that are prime. How do you know this is the only one? Are there more bigger numbers that could be 3 consecutive ones, but they're prime as well?
Well, all prime numbers end with 1, 3, 7, or 9.
Uh-huh.
So that would mean,
Well, 7, 9, 1. That's 3 consecutive.
yeah. So like the first one would either be the first one have a unit digit of 7 next to a 9 and a 1,
Uh-huh.
or 9, 1, 3.
Uh-huh.
And if 7 was a multiple of 3, if the one was 7 was a multiple of 3, that wouldn't work. So the next step would be adding 10, but then the 9 would be a multiple of 3.
Okay, so I think you're starting talking about multiple of 3. So that's really how to tackle this. So let's say there are 3 consecutive odd numbers. They are n plus 2, and n plus 4. Okay, we can prove that these 3 odd numbers, at least, well, not at least, one of them will be, okay, can you guys prove this? One of them will be a multiple of 3. how to prove it. So who want to prove this? One of these three numbers will be a multiple of 3. One of the three, these are odd numbers, 3 odd numbers, 3 consecutive odd numbers. One of them must be a multiple of 3. Anyone want to prove it? Well, Leo raised his hand. I'll do 3, 2, 1. Nobody? Okay, Leo, go ahead, prove it.
So again, like they can only end with 1, 3, 7, and 9, and they cannot be 5 other than 5 itself. Because if it was like a true-digit number,
Yeah, I want to prove. I want to prove. Okay, so let me do it. Okay. So I'll prove. I'll just pick any number. Okay, I'll pick n. Okay, if n is a multiple of 3, then that's it. We find an example. So one of them is a multiple of 3, and if n divided by 3 equals 1, then this if then n plus 2 a multiple of 3, right?
Yeah.
If n divided by 3 equals 2, then n plus 4 must be a multiple of 3. So that's why at least, not at least, one of them will be a multiple of 3. Got it? All right. So then, having said all these, that means among these numbers, p, y, and u, okay, one of them, since there must be a multiple of 3, then one of them must be 3, means the smallest number must be 3. So y has to be 3, and p is 5, u is 7. That's how we prove this is the only one. Okay?
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So next problem.
Wait, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead. Is that David?
How do you know it's 3 consecutive numbers?
Oh, how do we know it's three consecutive odd numbers? They have to be 3 consecutive odd numbers, right? So, Leo said at the beginning. So, were you here at the beginning?
Yeah, yes.
So Leo said, if these, let's say if x and y, if they're both odd numbers, if both x and y are odd numbers, p must be a number that is prime is 2, and it won't work because 2 cannot be expressed by 2 additions of odd numbers. So then one of these 2 must be 2. One of the x and y must be 2. So we'll just make x equal to 2. So that means p equals 2 plus y. Okay. And a similar analogy, we can make p equals u minus 2. So v must be 2. Okay, again, same way to prove this. So that means if you have p equals 2 plus y and p equals u minus 2, that means these are 3 consecutive y, p, and u. They are 3 consecutive odd numbers, right? They have to be odd. So this is odd, y is odd, and p is odd, and u will be odd as well, right? So that's why there are 3 consecutive odd numbers. Okay.
Okay.
All right, the next problem. Okay, so many of you had this one incorrect. So this one is asking several numbers between 1 and 100 and has most number of distinct factors. So this is really about factorization. Okay, instead of telling you a number, let's say 60, I ask you how many factors does 60 have? I'm asking within 1 to 100, how many of those numbers has the most number of distinct factors? So let's just look at 60. 60 has many distinct factors. So if you do a prime factorization for 60, so that equals 2 to the second power times 3 times 5, right? And then we can calculate the number of these factors. So 2 plus 1 times, so 3 to the first power, 5 to the first power, times 1 plus 1 times 1 plus 1 equal to 12. And then you will probably figure out very quickly the most number of distinct factors is 12. So within 1 to 1, for all the numbers between 1 and 100, the most number of distinct factors they can have is 12. Then the question is, how many numbers have 12 factors? Okay, how many numbers have 12 factors? And then we can figure out, we can start with the smallest prime factor. So there's 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, right? So let's start with 2 factors. That means 12 will be either 12 times 1, or 6 times 2, or 4 times 3, okay? Or these are two, make them, let's say they only have two prime factors, or we can do 3 prime factors. 3 prime factors, that will be 3 times 2 times 2, okay? This is 3 prime factors. Or 6 times 2 times 1, or of course 12 times 1 times 1, okay? So these are the three prime factors, or 4 times 3 times 1.
Wait, I have a comment.
Uh.
If there's a 1, like for example, 6 times 2 times 1.
That's equivalent to 2 primes.
Yeah.
Right? So we don't need to care about these ones. We only need to care about the ones that don't have 1. Basically we factorize 12 and make sure there's no 1s. So the only way is 3 times 2 times 2.
Yes, 2 and 3.
All right. So then we can, we will be trying all of these 4 options. Okay. If it's 12 times 1, that means there will be a number. That means there's only 1 prime. Okay, 1 prime number. That will be 2 at least. The smallest one is 2. 2 to the 11th power. That's already greater than 100. So this won't work. Okay. And then let's look at 6 times 2. 6 times 2. So this will be 2 to the 5th power. Okay. Times 5th power is what? This is 32 times 3. This is 96. So we find the number 96. Okay. There are other ways to do this. So 2 to the 5th power times 5. That's greater than 100. Or 3 to the 5th power times 2. That's greater than 100. Okay. So the only one for one with to the power of 5, that's 96. Okay. That's the only 6 by 2. If we keep looking, so 4 times 3, there are a few. So let's say 2 to the 3rd power times 3 to the 2nd power, all right? So this is 4, 3 plus 1 times 2 plus 1. So this equal to 8 times 9. This is 72, right? Another way, let's see if the other one works. So 3 to the 3rd power times 2 to the 2nd power. Does it work? This is 27 times 4. Does it work?
108, no.
108, that's too much, okay? And then how about, if we do 3 to the 3rd power, that's too much. How about 2 to the 3rd power times 5 to the 2nd power? Does it work? This is 200, this is too much. So for 4 by 3, although we also find a few options, but the only one works, that's 72, right? Okay, then let's look at the 3 by 2 by 2, okay? Let's see how many options we have here. This could be 2 to the 2nd times 3. Okay, this is the same as what we find here at the beginning, 60, right? We know 60 has a lot of factors. Or how about 2 to the 2nd power times 3 times 7? Okay, this is 4 times 3 times 7 is 84. This works too, right? Okay, how about the 2 to the square times 3 times 11? This is too much. 4 times 3 times 11 is 132. This is greater than 100. So 11 won't work. Okay. Then how about 2 to the 2nd power times 5 times 7? This is 4 times 5 times 7. This is 140. This is too much. Right? So that means what we have here. So this exhausts all the ones with 2, right? Then let's move on. 3 to the 2nd power times 2 times 5. This is what? 9
90.
times 2 times 5 is 90. This one works too, right? So let's see if other ones work. 3 to the 2nd power times 2 times 7. This is 9 times 14. This is greater than 100. Okay. 3 squared times Yeah, that's it. So for 3 squares, that's it. Okay. And then if we do 5 square times 2 times 3, that's too much. This is greater than 100. That's too much. So, huh? All right, that's too much. So all we have is 96, 72, 60, 84, and 90. I think that's about it, right? That's
Wait,
it.
wait. What about X?
96 is right here. 96.
Oh, so, okay.
All right. So 6 plus 2 plus 4 is 12. 9 plus 7 plus 6 plus 8 plus 9, this is 40. 402 is the answer.
Yes.
Okay. And the answer is 402. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Rana, want to talk about this one?
Yes.
Right. The next one is Leo plus doctor. Equals Dr. Hong. Okay, go ahead, Raga.
So when we look at this, we can see that in the thousands place, there is nothing above C, which means C has to be 9.
B has to be 9. Okay. C has,
Which means H should have to be 0.
H has to be 0 because there will be a regroup. There will be a regroup right here. 9 plus 1 is 10. So there's 1 here, and the H has to be 0. Okay, good. Keep going.
And then we can see that O and R are consecutive digits.
Yeah, hold on. Let me draw 0 like this so that to distinguish it from O. Okay. So I'll do 0 like this. Okay. All right.
Okay.
O and R are consecutive, right?
Mm-hmm.
O plus 1 equals R. Okay.
So after that, I just tried consecutive numbers as O and R because they have to be the unit digit of Leo and Doctor.
Very good. So they all repeat itself 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and R repeats itself 1 twice. So then Raghav started trying O and R, just find consecutive numbers. Of course, you won't try 0 and 9, right? So just try the other consecutive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then
you
at the end,
yeah, keep going.
and then at the end, I found that the greatest possible value for Leo is 751.
Okay, so then after trying these consecutive numbers O and R, and Raghav find Leo equals 751. That's the answer, 751. Okay. So when I work on this, I had a slightly different thought. Okay. So after I figure out DO9 TOR and LEO, and here DR0 ONG. Okay. After I figure out this, Raghav, I also saw these O's and R's, right? So, but another thing is, I look at a problem. Problem was asking for the biggest, right? The biggest value for Leo, right? So that means I can basically try L from high to low. So I started with L equals 8, and then L equals 7, and then going down the list. But actually, when I go to 7, that's it. So I find L equals 7, and then I tried O and R. So got 751. Okay.
Wait, didn't you make a chart?
Yes, I did. So that's when I did try and error. I made a chart. LT, because L plus T equals something, 10 plus O, right? So I made a chart, and then I find, okay, L equals 8 won't work, and then when L equals 7, it worked. Okay. So for this problem, you cannot do try and error from the beginning. That's too much. And for this problem, you cannot just without try and error, you won't get the answer either. So at the beginning, you figure out 9 and 0, right? And then you start to observe the pattern of this equation. You find a lot of O's, and then the problem was asking for the biggest value of Leo. So then, try and error with some, with some priorities, okay, with some strategy, okay? Any questions about this one? Again, the answer is 751, okay? All right, next one. William, want to talk about the next one? Is William here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so go ahead.
Well, I did these kind of problems before, so I know the strategy.
Oh,
Is-
okay. That's why it took you like almost no time to figure out, huh?
Same. There is a video on TED.
It's called the bridge riddle.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Very,
Yeah,
very
please,
similar.
everyone, please. This is William's time. William's turn to talk. Okay. Please
Okay,
mute yourself if you're not the one to talk. Okay. Go ahead,
Anyways,
William.
so it says there can only be each, and it takes them 2, 3, 7, 10 minutes respectively for each person to
2,
cross
3,
the bridge.
7, and 10. Okay.
So there's the strategy is basically minimizing the 2 slowest times.
Minimizing the
Making them
slowest
go
ones.
together.
Minimize the slowest ones, and we want them to go together, right?
Yes.
Okay. Keep going.
So then you just do this. You just let the 2 and 3 minutes go across. So that would be, well, I drew a picture. So first I drew an arrow going that way.
2, 3, 7, 10. Okay. So the first one you do 2 and 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. That way. Okay.
And then it will take them 3 minutes.
Okay. So this is 3 minutes.
And then I let the fastest one 2 minutes go back to hand them the lantern.
So then you have 2 come back. Okay.
And then I let the 10 and 7 cross.
So that will be 2 minutes. Okay. And then you have 7 and 10 cross.
Which would take 10
So
minutes.
7 and 10. 10 minutes.
And then and then they can hand the lantern to the 3 minute one. So then you would let that.
So 3 come back. Okay. So that's 3 minutes.
And then they go back.
And then 2, 3 together.
And then that's the total number of minutes that.
Very good. So 21 minutes. 21 is the answer. Okay. Good job. Good job. Okay. Any questions about this one?
Oh, I have another one.
Who's that? Announce yourself, please.
Alexander, I have a similar but different way.
Okay, go ahead.
It's first of all, since 2 and 3 are the fastest, we have to get 2 and 3 over there, which would take 3 minutes. Since 2 is the fastest, we need to get 2 back to hand the flashlight to 10 and
Well,
7 and
that's the same as Williams, right?
I know there
Yeah,
is another way, but it's really, really similar to the way I just did. Instead
Yeah,
of
the other one is basically instead of having 2 back, you have 3 back.
that's
The other way is you have 2, 3, 7, 10. So you have 2, 3 go there. That's 3 minutes. 2, 3, and then you have 3 come back. So that's 2, 3, and then 3 come back, and then you have 7, 10 go there, and then you have 2 come back. 2 come back, and then you have 3 and 2 go together.
yeah, that's the other way. That's really similar to my way.
Cool.
Yeah.
I have a question. What would
Okay.
happen if the person, if 2 and 3 just went across first, and then they just threw it across the bridge to 7 and 10, and then 7 and 10 came?
Every time, if you have 7 and 10, one of them go back, go on their own. That's adding 7 or 10. That's a lot of, that's a
Okay.
big number. Right? That's a very big number. Okay? Good? So
Yeah.
that concludes all the
Yeah.
level E problems. Then I will move on to level M. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so you guys give me 1 minute because I saw that, I look at the answer sheet. I think I did something wrong calculating your scores. So give me 1 minute. I will tell you who the spotlight students are, okay? Just give me 1 minute, okay? Oh. Give me 1 minute. Oh, I cannot minimize because I'm recording. Well, so let me give me 1 minute. Let me take a look. Okay, so I see several of you had this correctly. So let me see. Bella got 39, which is correct. Bella is right, and Ryan got 39. Roger got 39, and Peiheng got 39. Oh, okay. So there are 4 of you had the third problem answered correctly. Okay. So let me see if any one of you are spotlight students. Okay. Bella is not, because Bella had the second problem incorrect. Okay, Ryan. Is Ryan here? Ryan Zhou?
Yes.
You are the spotlight student for level M. Congratulations. The monthly spotlight student as well.
Oh.
And I will update it. Okay, I will update it. Roger, you're also a spotlight student because you have all 3 3 questions answered correctly.
Okay.
And Peiheng, you're very close. So your second problem is only off by 0.1. So you're off just by a small or by a tiny bit. So the monthly spotlight student, the weekly spotlight student will be between Ryan and Roger. Let me see who is faster. Okay. Oh, it took Ryan like 2 hours to do this, and Roger. Well, Roger, you are the weekly spotlight student. Let me just make sure. Yeah, Roger, you are the weekly spotlight student for level M. Okay, congratulations. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, Roger, I said congratulations. Come on.
Oh, sorry. Thanks.
All right. Let me look at the monthly spotlight student as well. Just make sure the folks get recognized correctly. Okay. Okay. For the monthly spotlight students, it won't change level E. For level M, let me see. Ryan, you're probably the monthly spotlight student as well. I need to double check. Okay, I will after this session. I will email your parent. I will email the whole parent group. So if in case you're in, I think you're very close. I don't recall how many you did correctly in the previous ones, but you're very close. Okay. All right, congratulations, Ryan. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, since we have Ryan and Roger as the perfect scores, so you two have the privilege of selecting the problems you want to talk about. Which one you want to talk about?
I don't really care, but maybe. Wait, Ryan, which one do you want to do?
I'll do number 1, I guess, because that's the one that I made.
Okay.
I'll do 3.
Okay. So Ryan will do number 1, and Roger will do number 3. Okay. Oh, Ryan, number 1 was your problem, right? Well, revised from problem. Okay, good. So by the way, this so this problem was made by Ryan, and I revised it a bit. So it was because Ryan was the monthly spotlight student from last month. So all those students had the privilege of providing a CMM problem. So Ryan provided this problem, well, similar to this one. So go ahead, Ryan, talk about it, please.
Okay, so it says n is the sum of 20 numbers, and then it continues to say that n equals 20 plus 20, and then it just keeps adding 20.
Mhm.
So what I looked at, I saw that there were 2019 numbers that end with 2020, and so instead of just trying to find the instead of trying to do 2020 times 2019 to find the last 4 digits, I just did 2020 times 19, because 2020 times 2000, if you do 2020 times 2000, then the last 4 digits will all be zeros.
Okay, so basically Ryan said there are totally 2019 of these, right? So instead of doing 2020 times 2019, what he did is, since times 2000, that won't affect the last 4 digits. So all he did was 2020 times 19, right?
So I got, once I did 2020 times 19, I got 8380 as the last 4 digits, and then I added 20 because I wasn't counted yet.
So the last digit is 8380. This is the last 4 digits. You mean last 4 digits, right?
No, you also need to add the 20.
Yeah, I mean this is the last 4 digits of the last 2019 numbers, and then you add 20. That will be 8400, right? 8400. So the answer is 8400. Okay, good, very good. Any other questions or comments on this one? Well, Ryan, I did a little bit different. I observed this one as well. But what I did was, instead of 2020 times 2019, instead of doing this, I did 2020 times 2020 minus 2000. All right. So this is what I did. So then I did again. I find this 2000 thing. I get rid of one of the 2000. So I did 2020 times 20 times 20. So there will be 4040. Is that correct? 2020 times 2020.
No, 40400.
No, 40400, and then this number minus 2000. Okay, so that'll be 38400. So this is what I did. Okay. Very good. The second one. Let's look at the second problem. Who want to talk about this one? Who's that?
Can I?
Announce your name. I don't see. Okay, go ahead, Kyle.
Okay, so I kind of imagined it as a circle.
Oh, so basically all of these regular polygons, they can be put inside a circle, right? So look, square can be put in the circle. All these regular whatever gons, hexagons or some gons, all these polygons. I'll put all these vertices in around a circle, right? A, B, C, D, da, 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 da. Okay, keep going.
So I put the dots E, O, and L.
Okay, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. So this is L, let's say this is L, this is E, M, N, O, here's O. Is this okay?
Actually, I labeled O as O1, and then O2 is the center of the circle.
Okay, so here's, how about we label the center as, well, not C, you already have a C. We label the center as this, as 3. Is this okay? So make sure they're different, right?
Okay. So, since it's regular, we can imagine it as a circle. So, and draw another circle, and instead of labeling it 3, E, L, and O, label it O, A, C, B, and A.
Yeah, let's not change the notation. Let's just use the same notation here rather than having a different notation. Notation don't matter, right?
Okay, so have a letter opposite of the letter opposite of E.
Do something like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
How about
then
make it 2.
okay, so connect O, 3, and L.
O, 3, L. Okay.
So the angle 2 2 3 L
2, 3, L is
equal to 2 times angle 3 EL,
yep.
and then angle O3L is 2 times is
You mean 2, 3, O.
yeah.
Angle 2, 3, O is 2 times angle 3, E, O, right?
Yeah. And
So then you minus the 2.
yeah. So you get
That'd be angle O 3 L equals
is
2 times
angle O O O
L E O.
So
L E O. Okay.
angle O 3L equals 3 times 360 over 26.
Right.
So you can do a little bit of simplifying it. So
Okay, so we can get L E O equals 3 times 360 divided by 26 times 2, right?
yeah. So
and then you calculate this, you get 20.8, right?
round it.
I think it's 20.77 something. So it's 20.8 degree. Okay? So that's the answer. Very good. Yeah, Peiheng, you didn't you didn't round up. Okay. You got 20.7. So that's very close. I knew you knew how to do it, but you need to convert the decimals correctly. Okay, round up, right? All right. Next problem. Would Roger wanting to do the next one?
Well, so I use like mass points.
Huh?
I use mass points to solve it.
What do you mean mass points?
It's like something that you can use with ratios.
Let's see. Let's see what's your solution.
So I first drew the triangle ABC.
A, B, C. Okay.
And I drew like D and E, and then I drew all the quadrilaterals.
E and E. Okay. And then this is
and
10, 15. Well, this is not drawn to scale, but that's okay.
And then
Well, hold on, this is too bad. Let me draw a different one. Okay, I will do
EF is supposed to be
A, B, C. Okay, so let's do E, and then F will be D. Okay, hopefully this is slightly better, but 10, 15, 20. Okay, go ahead, Roger.
so then you can see that like some triangles share the same height. So that means
Okay,
the base between
those share
ratios
the same height.
are
Very
the
good.
same.
Uh-huh.
So like let's just like the middle is F, so you know like the ratio of BF to FE is 2 to 1. And then
EF to
of
FE
BF, yeah. Oh yeah.
is 1 to 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is 1 to 2, okay?
And then DF to FC is 3 to 4.
This is 3 to 4. This ratio is 3 to 4, okay?
And then I did something where you assign masses to each point.
Okay, how?
So like E would have a mass of 2, and then B would have a mass of 1. It's basically like reversing the ratio.
Okay,
And then
so
something you
E
can
will
do.
have a mass of 2 and B will have a mass of 1, okay?
And then D would have a mass of 4, and then C would have 3.
Okay, 4, 3.
And then there's a rule for mass points where like in the middle, like where it intersects with the other line, it has to add up to like the two masses. But then you see that 1 plus 2 is not equal to 4 plus 3.
Okay,
So then you need at least common multiple
okay,
of and then 7 and 3, which is 21. So the middle
Okay.
has to add up to 21. So you multiply the masses of D and E by 3.
so
Wait,
this will be
by
12 and 9.
yeah, and then
this
for
will
B and
be
E,
7 and
7 and
14.
14. Yeah.
Okay,
So then you can do 12 minus 7, which gives you the mass of A, which is 5.
oh, wow. Okay, 5.
So then now you know the ratio between CE to AE is 5 to 9.
Wow, okay. So this is 5 to 9.
And then so you know the area of BCE is 30, and then since they share the same height, you have to multiply 30 by 9/5 to find the area of BAE.
Yeah, so this is 30. The area of this triangle is 30. 30. So 30 divided by 5 times 9 will be ABE, will be 54.
And
then
then
you
you
do
have to subtract.
54 minus 15 is 39. Wow.
How does that work?
Yeah, well, there are a lot of things we have to prove, but we don't have enough time. This is definitely an excellent solution. And this turned out to be a very fast solution. So I guess this may be faster than mine.
Is this part of high school geography?
I don't know, where did you learn this, Roger?
Mr. Herb,
Oh, okay.
the
Very
best
good.
math teacher.
Yeah, that's your math teacher. Great, excellent,
Wait, do you know
excellent. Okay, so let's any other solutions? I want to hear from other students as well. There were, I think, 2 others, Bella and who else? Bella and Ryan.
Ryan?
Okay, so any other solutions?
I use the graph.
Sorry, and you need to announce your name, then talk about it.
This is Bella.
Okay, Bella, go ahead.
Oh, I use a graph to sort of organize my work a little bit more.
Okay.
So since we know that F is in the middle of the triangle ACD or ABC, I just put that as the origin.
Okay.
And then we know that FEC has an area of 10.
Okay.
And then BFC has an area of 20.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of did what Roger did in saying that we know that the ratio of BF to EF is 2 to 1.
Yep, this is 2 to 1.
So, and then we know that like the common factor of 20 and 10 is 5.
Mhm.
So say that, and then you know a triangle's area is 1/2 base times height.
Mhm.
So if you take 5 times height times 1/2, you get that the height of BFC is 8, and you get that the height of ECF is 4.
You mean here is 4, this is 8? You mean?
CF, yeah.
How did you get 8 here?
It's in a graph setting, so it's a little harder to show when it's not on the graph paper.
Yeah, I need, you know, you have to prove it. If you use like from here to here is 8, have to prove it. How do you know this is 8? Are you seeing my drawings? Are you saying this is 8?
No. CF
Where-
would be
What's 8?
CF.
Hold on. So you said what? BF is 8?
CF is 8, and
This is 8?
yeah, and that's 4 because it's 2 to
That's
1
4? Why is that?
because it's a 2 to 1 ratio, and if this is
But it could be, you know, it may not be 8 and 4. It could be, you know, maybe 5 and 2.5, right? So it's not necessarily 8 and 4. You want to think about it?
okay.
Oh, who else? Was that Ryan who want to talk about it? Right? Or Payhan? You guys are muted. Can't hear you.
I can. I think I have a solution. I
Okay.
think I remember what I did.
Okay, go ahead.
I split the quadrilateral into 2,
Okay.
X and Y.
Split it. How do you split it? AF, you connect AF or connect DE?
AF.
Okay, so you connect AF, and then keep going.
Okay. So then I did. Oh, wait. The left side is X, the right side is Y.
Okay.
I used a principle that my stepdad taught me. With 2 triangles on a line, they both end at 1 point, so it's a ratio from one side to the other.
Okay. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Please go faster.
I used the principle and got y x plus 10 divided by y plus 15. No, y plus 15. X divided by y plus 15 is a 1/2.
X divided by Y plus 15 is 1/2. Are you sure? I think it's X plus 15. It has to be, X is on the left, right? Are you seeing my figure?
Yes.
Yeah, so it must be these 2 triangles, right? So this will be X plus 15. X
I might
plus
have gotten confused.
15 divided by Y equals 2, right?
Yes. Then I did a different equation like this, and it got 4/3.
Okay, so that will be x, this one, and this one, right? So that will be x divided by y plus 10 is 15 to 20. So that will be 3 divided by 4, right? So you have two equations.
4 on top.
Must
sure.
be 3 on top because they are sharing the same base as the 15, as this triangle, right?
I must have done a different way, but I used 1/2 and 4/3 to write two equations. Then using that, I solved that one side is 21 and the other is 18. Then I added 21 and 18 and got 39.
Very good. Let's solve these two equations. So the first equation, these two equations, the first one will be x plus 15 equals 2y. The second one will be 4x equals 3y plus 30. Okay. And then we simplify it a bit. X minus 2y plus 15 equals 0. This one is 4x minus 3y minus 30 equal to 0. Okay. I mean, there are so many ways to solve this, but let me just multiply this by 4 for both sides. So that will be 4x minus 8y plus 60 equals 0, right? And then I do this equation minus this equation minus this equation. So this will be 5y minus 90 equal to 0. So y equals 18, right? And then you can have x equals 2y minus 15 is 36 minus 15 is 21. And then x plus y equals 39. So that's the answer, 39.
Wait, I don't really understand how you got all these stuff.
How to got these two?
Yeah.
Okay, so look at this. Here is a triangle, right? Let's start with this triangle. ABF. ABF is a triangle, right?
Yeah.
And then AEF is another triangle, right?
Yeah.
These two triangles share the same height, correct?
Yeah.
So the area of ABF to area of AEF will be BF to FE, right? So
Yeah.
this triangle ABF and AEF, their base is on the same line. So their area is BF to EF, right?
Yeah.
And look at this triangle, EFC and the BFC. Area BFC to EFC is BF to EF, right?
Yeah.
So that's why BF to EF is 2 to 1, right?
Yeah.
That's why ABF is twice as big as AEF.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
Got it, right? And in the same way, ADF, the ratio of ADF and AFC, ADF and AFC is DF to FC. And you know BDF is 15, BFC is 20, so this is 3 to 4.
Oh.
Right? So that's how you got is 2 to 1 and 3 to 4.
Okay.
Okay? All right, guys. Any other solutions to this problem? Well, this solution is a little bit complicated because you have to solve two equations with two unknowns. So this is not that easy, okay? You have two equations, one equation, two equations, and both x and y. This is a little bit complicated. I have an easier one that doesn't involve two equations and two unknowns, okay? Let me do this. Here's another way to solve it. And this is my way, okay? When I solve it, this is what I did. A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. Instead of splitting this quadrilateral A, D, F, E, instead of connecting AF, I'm connecting DE. Okay, I'm connecting DE. So this is 10, 20, 15. Once I connect DE, right? So I know area of DBF and DEF. I know the ratio between these two areas. What is the ratio?
2 to 1.
2 to 1, right? So BDF and DEF, the area is 2 to 1. It's BF to FE, and BF to FE is 2 to 1. So then immediately I know the area of this triangle, DFE, right? So this is 7.5, right? And then I just said this, the rest of this quadrilateral, this is triangle ADE is X, okay? Then I can do any of those other ratios. So I will do ADE to CDE will be X divided by CDE is 17 and a half, okay? Equal to, again, these two triangle, their ratio is AE to EC, right? They equal to this triangle, ABE and BEC, the ratio between this triangle, right? So that will be X plus 15 plus 7.5. That's ABE. And then the other one is 30. Okay? Now I have one equation, one unknown. I can solve this one easily. So that will be 30x equals 17.5x plus 17.5 times 7.5. Okay? And then move this to here. 12.5x equals 17.5 times 7.5. X equals 175 times 7.5 divided by 125. Do the reduce. So this is 25. This is 7. Reduce. So this is 0.3. Right?
Well, I think you forgot to do 15. You forgot to multiply.
Where? Oh, yes. Times 22.5. 22.5. Correct. So this is 22.5. Okay. And then 25. 22.5. This is what? 0.9. Right? Is this 0.9? No, hold on. Let me redo this. X divided by 17.5 equals X plus 22.5 divided by 30. Okay? And then let me solve this. 30x equals 17.5x plus 17.5 times 22.5. Okay? And then 12.5x equals 17.5 times 22.5. X equals 175. Basically multiply 10 times 22.5 divided by 125. Okay, so this divided by 25 is 5. This divided by 25 is 7. This divided by 5. This divided by 5 is 4.5. Right? So this equals 7 times 4.5 is 31.5. And this is the triangle. So the whole quadrilateral will be x plus 7.5 is 31.5 plus 7.5 is 39. Okay, so this is another way. So connecting DE, splitting that quadrilateral into two triangles by connecting D and E. Okay.
I'm still confused how you get the ratio x over 17.5 equals.
Oh, okay. Let me do the ratio again. A, B, C, D, E. Okay, this is F. Okay, I'm connecting DE. This is 7.5. This is 15, 10, 20. This is X. Okay, so the ratio is this. Triangle ADE to triangle CDE is the same as AE to EC, right? And this is the same as triangle ABE to triangle CBE. Okay, take a look at this. That's how I got the ratio. They share the same base. Their base is on the same line. Okay, AE and the EC. That's the ratio. And there are other ways to come up with the ratio. This is just one of them. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
All right, so if you're all good, give me a thumb up. You can't see your thumb up because I'm sharing screen. Let's see if you can.
Well, can you just press?
Oh, okay, yeah, I can press. Good, very good. Okay, that's it. That's it for today. Congratulations to all of you, and I'm very happy to see that I think 3 or 4 of you had the third M3 answered correctly. So I was surprised when I see nobody have it answered correctly, and then it turned out it's my grading's problem. Okay, so I graded incorrectly. All right, so I will upgrade. I will update the grades and send the new grades to your parents. Congratulations to all of you. I will see you next Thursday. Okay. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.